do this. Okay. Let's do this. Yeah, man. Hello, Bill. Another beautiful day. Yep. Hope your five senses work. Health and strength is good. Or excellent. What? What's up? What's up? What's up, Steam Deck fans? ANEO fans? 1X fans? GPD? Oxo fans? Logitech? ASUS? Of course, Steam Deck. Yeah. So, Unity is charging for install fees, huh? All right. Kind of remind me of when EA put the loot box in Star Wars and the game industry went off. Anyway, let's do this. Got this little article here. I'm trying to catch up to this. Saw this on Gaming on Linux. Listen to this. It says here, Unity attempts to clarify new install fee as developers revolts. It says the saga with the Unity game engine continues after their completely botched announcement of a new fee system game developer will need to pay. Just briefly to bring you up to speed from previous articles, once developer hits both a revenue and install threshold for their games, they will then need to pay Unity for each install after the threshold is met. For example, based on their standard rate on Unity Personal, if developer made at least 200K in the last 12 months and had at least 200,000 total games installed, each install after would cost them 20 cents per new install, but it's less on Unity Pro and Unity Enterprise. And then it says in parentheses, and less again on each when again on each when install milestones are hit. Part of the problem is that Unity very badly explained it, although the whole idea just doesn't seem to be very good. One big issue is that the change is retroactive for existing release games, so any game currently on the market that uses Unity will need to begin paying for each time a new player installs their games. Stop it. If they're over these threshold after January 1st, 2024, it doesn't help that when Unity tried to clarify these details, initially they said that reinstall of games will count towards the install, and that would include install on new hardware. They've since clarified again to say it's only for a first install, and we have no desire to charge for the same person doing ongoing installs. In another clarification post on social network X, Unity mentioned more that 90% of our customers will not be affected by this change, which means at least 90% of Unity users don't make 200K a year and have a fewer than 200K install total at a minimum. Not exactly the best adverts for their game engine. They also clarify these details. It says how we define and count install, assuming the install and the revenue thresholds are met. We will only count net new install on any device starting January 1st, 2024. Additionally, developers are not responsible for paying a runtime fee on reinstall charges. We are not going to charge a fee for reinstalls. Fraudulent install charges, we are not going to charge a fee for fraudulent installs. We will work directly with you on cases where frauds and botnets are suspected of malicious intent. Trials, partial play demos, and automation installs. And then it says DevOps charges. We are not going to count these towards your install counts. Early access games are not considered demos. Web and streaming games, we're not going to count web and streaming games towards your install counts either. Charity related installs, the pricing change and install count will not be applied to your charity bundle initiative. Oh, and their update facts still claim that different devices are a different install, so they will count again. So if you switch between a PC, a laptop, a Steam Deck, ROG Ally, or other devices, developers will have to pay each time. I don't need to explain why that's ridiculous, do I? Why should a game developer pay their game engine multiple times just because a user who purchased their game install it in more than one place? Absolutely idiocy. Like Bone Thugs and Harmony would say, for the love of money. Anyway, it says the big problem is how are they tracking these installs? Well, they don't actually tell anyone. They just claim we leverage our proprietary data model, so you can appreciate that we won't go into a lot of detail, but we believe it gives an accurate determination of the number of times the runtime is distributed for a given project. So you have to trust them. Right, trust. Anyway, it says here, according to Facepunch developer Alistair McFarlane on X, the Rust cheat community already has a working reinstall script for Rust with a unique HW spoofer on each install. No doubt there will be more like it. Detecting and accounting for spoof install is going to be a nightmare for a developer by the looks of it. Then it says here, even with the clarification, and even if Unity eventually did a big U-turn on all this, it doesn't change that the trust is broken. To just spring such a complete overhaul to their fee system, including making it retroactive. Compounding that issues is how Unity previously said in 2019 that when you obtain a version of Unity and don't upgrade your project, we think you should be able to stick to that version of TOS. Says here, in practice, that is only possible if you have access to bug fixes. For this reason, we now allow users to continue to use TOS for the same major, then it says in parentheses, year base version number, including long-term stable LTS, in parentheses, builds that you are using in your projects. Moving forward, we will host TOS change on GitHub to give developers full transparency about what changes are happening and when. The link is, I'll leave the link in the description box. Then it says, that's GitHub was taken down, but hey, the Wayback Machine archive exists. However, it was also made clear in their legacy TOS as well, when you read, if updated terms adversely impacts your right, you may elect to continue to use any current year version of the Unity software. And then it says here, in parentheses, 2018, and any long-term supported LTS version for that current year release, close parentheses. And it says, according to the term that applies just prior to updated terms, but this TOS was replaced in October 13, 2022 with new TOS that entirely removed this protection for developers. Nice bait and switch there, Unity. Developers certainly aren't pleased. Aren't pleased off would be a massive understatement, with many putting out statement calling for Unity to reverse the whole thing. Some even mentioned they will remove their games. Lots of developers are looking at Godot, Unreal, GameMaker, and other engines to see if they can switch for their next or existing projects too. Some choice picks includes Megacrit, developer of Slade Aspire, with their statement on X, nothing that they will switch game engines unless it's entirely reversed, and that's, we have made public statements before that is how badly you, curse word, can't say it, Cult of the Lamb developers say that they will delete the game on January 1st. Publisher Dulver Digital now say to definitely include what engine you're using in-game pitches, as no doubt this install fee will heavily complicate the developer-publisher relationship with tracking its accuracy across so many places. Then developer Ramai Ishmael mentioned an important bit in a thread on X on how, hey, but seriously, if you're going, if you're a marginalized dev at risk of hate brigading, and your Unity game is available on any DRM-free platform, basically, you're utterly curse word at this point. Unless this gets reversed, there's a moral imperative to tell Unity leadership to get here. Says here, given how noted above, Rust cheaters already have a hardware spoofer. It's not looking good. Gary Newman of FacePunch said Unity can get in a says here inner slot developer of Among Us mentioned they would delay content and features our players actually want to port our game elsewhere. Then Brandon Sheffield of Necrosoft Games wrote a blog post titled "The Death of Unity" that mentioned, but now I can say unequivocally, if you're starting a new game project, do not use Unity. If you start a project 4 months ago, it's worth switching to something else. Unity is quite simply not a company to be trusted. And then it says it didn't. Gaming on Linux said, I could pull out hundreds more, but you get the idea. It's not small names being annoyed by this. It seems like one of the few times almost the entire industry has rallied around something like this. Even Jeff Keighley replied to Unity to say, "What a joke." Alright, then it says, worse still is that developer at Unity did reportedly give their concerns about announcement, which were ignored. The reality is that install tracking will be a nightmare. It's something that might sound good in theory, but it has so many problems. It just seems like it wasn't really properly thought through. Alright, that's the end of the article. Well, yeah. For the love of money, man. This reminds me of the loot box situation when EA did it, and how the gaming community went off and let EA have it. Unity should have asked. They should have asked the game industry. They should have asked the game developers before they even mentioned this by themselves. They should have asked all the developers, like, okay, hey, what do you guys think of charging for installs and reinstall? Do you guys think this is a good idea for the industry? They should have did something like that. Obviously they didn't, and here's the backlash. So yeah, this was being planned for days, even months, weeks, or even years, and this is the outcome of it. So Unity is going to take a serious hit. Developers now are scrambling to see what engines is out there and give those game engines a chance to grow and be in the spotlight. But Unity is going to take a serious hit from this. They didn't. They try to do what EA did with the loot box, but this is even worse. Charging for installs and reinstalls, not good. All right, what else I got for you guys? I took care of the Unity thing. Okay, let's see. Okay, get 3D Crumble from Fanatical. It's limited September 20th. You got to have a Steam account, Fanatical account. You got to sign up to their newsletters to get this. Okay? Alright. What's the other one? Tomb Raider. Comes out February 14, 2024. The remastered 1, 2, 3. Okay? Alright. What's the other one? Okay, Valve put the Steam Deck on sale. Let's see here. See if I can get through this. Ooh, I was talking for a good minute. See, put the Steam deck on sale for 20% off. So 10% actually, 64 gig, 10% off. 314.10 slash 359, 256, 15% off. 390.15 slash 450, and then 12 gig model, 20% off. 455.20 slash 519. And this sale applies worldwide. So Japan, South Korea, Taiwan, Hong Kong, Komodo, yeah, they're all involved in this. So wherever you order your Steam decks, order your Steam Deck, it's 20% off. Okay, all right. Now, what else I got for you? Keep the ball moving here. Okay, heretic forking and unholy blending of deck building, tower defense. What else we got? Godot Engine Humble Bundle. Anything else? It's the last one. Okay, let's see here out. Learn Godot Engine with Humble Bundle. Complete Godot and software bundle. Encore. Okay, what's included? Spread across 3 tiers. You can grab package. Include intro to Godot Game 4 development, Godot mini project, developer 3D platform with Godot 4, create a 2D platformer with Godot 4, real-time strategy game with Godot 4, explore micro survival games with Godot 4, Godot 3, game development for beginners, build a micro turn-based RPG with Godot 4, introduction to game design, level design for beginners, plus more. And this is a bundle over at the Humble Store. And what's the price on this if they have it? Anything else? That's it. So yeah, you guys are covered. Deals, games, updates, got you covered. Yeah. Speaking of which, speaking of which, I think The Sims got a new expansion coming out for all you people that like to cook. Yeah, The Sims, yeah, from EA. Says The Sims take the cake with the upcoming cooking pack. Yeah, I got you guys covered, man. Let me see if I can get this out the way here. Okay, let's see here. Sims 4. Take the cake with the upcoming cooking pack. When is this coming out? Let's see here. For all you Sims lovers, comes out September 28th. The price $9.99 slash $8.99. Yeah. Get ready for it. There's a YouTube video for this. I will leave the link in the description box. I got you guys covered. All right, now what else? All right, let's see. What do we got? What else we got? Hook these little portable PC gamers up. Okay, let's see. League of Legends meets Stardew Valley in adorable RPG. Right. Let's see here. Lazy Bear Games and Riot Forge are teaming up to bring us an adorable, cozy crossover RPG that blends games like League of Legends and Stardew Valley. Look at that. You guys are getting spoiled again. It says Bandle Tale has to be the cutest RPG game I've seen in ages, and it was only revealed by Riot Forge. The team behind League of Legends is teaming up with Lazy Bear Games, an indie developer best known for its iconic farming games Graveyard Keeper, to bring us a cozy craft experience all about Yordles. That's right, Teemo lovers. Bandle Tales is set in Bandle City, where you play as a shy Yordie from Yarnfield who excelled at knitting, with a mix of LOL champions and Stardew Valley vibes. What's not to love? Says here, one little yardle, one humongous problem. The game description reads, as Yordle, you will experience an enchanted world of Bandle cities and its flory inhabitant. Following your century-long apprenticeship, you set out to explore the entire of the city, including life beyond Bandle Woods, with curious critters and crafting galore. Your little Yordle is taken with knitting and magical pass through Bandle City portals. Okay, when is this thing coming out? Let's see here. Oh, Bandle Tale is coming in 2024. Yeah, so get ready for that one. And there's a YouTube video for this. So we'll leave both the Sims and this in the description box. Yeah. Anyway, that's all I got covered for you. That's all I got for you guys on the news. But had to keep you guys posted. Anyway, yeah. But Unity right now. They didn't plan this all the way through, you know. You gotta plan this. If you're gonna make a move like this, you gotta plan it. You know, can't be all gun ho about it because people weren't ready for it. You know, the game industry wasn't ready for it, and this is the outcome for it. You know, so yeah, you got developers now leaving Unity to go elsewhere. So they're like, yeah. So they're gonna take a hit for it. How big of a hit? We'll know when the time comes. So, yeah. Anyway, leave this video for y'all to enjoy. Nice talking to you people again. Chris, still a Star Wars and Star Trek fan. Dark Side. Come. Peace.